What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Jump. I want to first give the guys a big thank you for last month. We had a really great month on this channel. I really appreciate you brothers supporting it. So here's a round of applause for just tuning in, and I really appreciate the support we've been getting here on the channel. With that being said, I want to get into today's topic, which is, there was a situation with, I don't know if it's Chet Hanks or Chet Hanks, and you guys saw there was a violent interaction between Chet and his ex-girlfriend, Kiana Parker, in which left him with a bloody forehead, okay? And don't get me wrong, I made a video about it. I had some fun with it. And of course, Chet Hanks is the son of, popular actor and producer Tom Hanks. And, remember Chet Hanks had this video called White Boy Summer, in which he had a preference of dating black women and black queens. He already has a child by another black woman. And so after this video in which Kiana Parker left him bloody, The Game, rapper from Los Angeles, shared some words of wisdom for him, if you will. And The Game said that, Chet Hanks needs to go back to dealing with white women, or Becky, because you might not be built for this level of anger. Now, a lot of women in the black community have taken offense to that, okay? Because, they're saying, well, a black man who is saying that black women are angry is disappointing, and, that's adding to that trope or stereotype, and, it's just unfair to call black women angry. Okay, just because black women are showing reactions or showing emotions, it doesn't make them angry. Okay, now this could be true, and we're gonna be objective. I've dealt with a lot of black women in my 39 years of living. I'll be 40 soon. Have I encountered some black women who are, just angry? Of course. The majority of them, I can say, have not been at least so angry or mad when things don't go their way. I mean, I've seen a lot of unaccountability, but as far as just being like angry and violent towards me, I might have had that like once or twice. Now, I could be different. But see, here's the situation. If The Game says that you're not ready for this level of anger, you need to go back to white women because white women are not as angry. Well, what happens when black men do what Chet Hanks does? Okay, I wanna talk about this. This is important. Assuming that Chet Hanks was black, he's a black man professing his love in, Black Boy Summer about how he loves black queens. A black woman then busts his head. Okay, let's assume that was the case. For whatever reason, it could have been he started it or something like that. But The Game comes in and he says, time to go back, time to go to white women, bro. You might not be built for this kind of anger. So what if Game was telling the black men to go date white women? What we would hear from black women is, you just can't handle a strong black woman. Okay, that would be their response. You just cannot handle a strong black woman. And what I found out is, okay, there are two different faces or cards that black women are wanting to play when it's a white man dating a black woman. And if a situation goes bad with the white guy, and if you say the black woman's angry, you're adding to the negative stereotype. If you're a black man and another black man is telling you to don't date black women because they could be angry, then it becomes, well, and this is one of the arguments you're going to hear among many. I'm not saying all will have this one. You can't handle a strong black woman. Now, I want to deal with that because what a lot of sisters are trying to say is that if you can't handle them, there's a more of a stress. For those who have that position, there's more of a stress or hardship dealing with them than not. Okay? Because a lot of them use that. You can't handle a strong black woman, meaning that there are things that I have pinned up with me that you need to deal with that other groups of women don't have to deal with. And that could be because of their experience. It could be because they're placed in the country. But in all, right, if you don't want to deal with that, you cannot handle a strong black woman. Because a strong black woman, you can say one of the, if you want to say one of the words that would carry some sort of improvisation of her character is anger. When you say that, the problem here is, how can you have your cake and eat it too? If you're not the woman who is angry or violent, because there are many black women who are not violent, obviously. Then when somebody doesn't want to deal with you, then you cannot use the argument that you are a strong black woman. So we can't handle you because of that. Let me tell you this. A lot of guys are not complaining about, getting hit in the head with something. But this whole strong black woman narrative, it comes with some sort of, wanting to be disagreeable. Okay? Recalcitrant, if you will. All right? Fighting the man for a position of authority, uncooperative. You want the guy to be able to do, all the providership, but then you don't have to do what is necessary as a woman. Being mutinous or being difficult, if you will. Pervicacious. Okay? Those things. Being defiant. So that's what that means. But then you don't want people to add on to that stereotype. Well, then why do you use that statement, you can't handle a strong black woman? That's all it's about. It's about being, well, you can't handle me because I'm unmanageable. Right? I'm not cooperative. I'm rebellious. And what do you see in that video with Chet Hanks? Well, it definitely looks like she not being cooperative, she being difficult, okay, and the opposite of being compliant. It could not even have been her fault, but that's what it looks like. That's what the game's seeing it as. And it's almost to a point where it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Which one is it? Okay? Which one is it? And until we get to that point, they're gonna have problems. So for white guys who want to date black women, please don't make us look like we're violent, game, because they're coming for game. Like, don't add on to the fact that we are angry black women. But if it's a black man that doesn't want to deal with black women and he wants to deal with, Asian women or white women, oh, well, then you're just not strong enough, to handle us. Which kind of shows me that if we're talking about black women dealing with white men, we want to be more feminine to him, right? It's like, we would like to be on the dating market. Please don't mess up our opportunities to date other races of men. All right? What you're doing is making us look bad. So don't mess up our chances. But if it's you, then, we're not going to, doesn't matter what our image is. You either got to accept it or leave. All right? And a lot of times, guys like the game's over 40. He's dealt with ladies like the one that he saw. Right? Don't get me wrong. The Chet Hanks guy definitely could have picked better. But for a lot of times, for a lot of guys, they have seen this multiple times amongst different class levels. So it's not like this isn't true. not true for everybody, but it's a characteristic that happens enough amongst the population that guys can say, hey, bro, you might not be able to deal with this level of anger. And this is based on their own experience. So, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. Check out the first comment pinned to the top. I really thank you for your support. And, I just really want to thank you for your support, guys. Check out the Patreon, check out the email. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at all-time high. I'm out.